A University of Texas at Arlington School of Social Work student was recognized by a national organization for his commitment to Native excellence and leadership on and off campus. Native Forward Scholars Fund, the largest direct provider of scholarships to Native students, announced in June the 2 winners of their 2023 National Students of the Year Award during its annual Empowering Scholars Summit at the University of North Carolina campus in Pembroke, North Carolina. UTA Master of Social Work student Stephen Silva Brave received one of the 2 Student of the Year awards given out by the Native Forward Scholars Fund. The second awardee was Brecken Horton, a 4th-year medical student at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine in the Bronx, New York. For more information, please visit the description box below for the full story and video. Dr. Morgan Pettyjohn, assistant professor at the School of Social Work, was recently featured in a news article regarding her published study on the experience of adult men with sexual violence in Psychology of Men and Masculinities in 2023. Dr. Pettyjohn references Baby Reindeer, the hit Netflix series that displays an act of kindness by the main character toward a vulnerable woman that leads to an obsession that impacts both their lives. Based on a true story, the show follows Donnie, a bartender and comedian who is stalked by Martha, the woman he showed kindness to over the period of several years. The experience of being targeted by a stalker prompts Donnie to reflect on his experience as a young adult when he was sexually assaulted by a man who promised to help launch his comedy career. Part of Pettyjohn's ongoing work is breaking down the myth that trauma can only be discussed in terms of a victim's childhood. While focusing on child sexual abuse is important, we also need to recognize that adult men experience this as well and need the same resources and advocacy, Dr. Pettyjohn said. This was an important example to put out there to challenge the perception that men are always the perpetrators and that women are always the victims. A School of Social Work assistant professor and researcher at the University of Texas at Arlington received federal funding and has been recognized as a leading scholar by Families and Society, the Journal of Contemporary Social Services and Child and Family Social Work, for her service as a peer reviewer, and has published an article in the Families and Society. Dr. Sultana Childress has been awarded her 3rd round of funding from the U.S. State Department's Title VIII Research Scholar Program to support her research on children and families in Kyrgyzstan. Additionally, Dr. Childress received the Peer Appreciation Award from Families and Society, the Journal of Contemporary Social, and has published an article in Families and Society entitled Social Stigma and Vulnerabilities of Women Living with HIV and AIDS in Kyrgyzstan, Service Providers' Perspectives. Dr. Childress is dedicated to understanding and mitigating the factors contributing to family violence and child maltreatment in Kyrgyzstan through comprehensive research and practical interventions. A PhD candidate in the School of Social Work at the University of Texas at Arlington with a master's degree in social work and a master's degree in criminology successfully defended his dissertation. Alan Kunz Lumelin defended his dissertation titled Implementation of Technological Innovations in Identification and Examination of Opinion Leaders and Advice Networks in Primary Care, June 6. Recognizing the importance of comprehensive research, Kunz Lumelin engages in mixed methods projects integrating both quantitative and qualitative data. His goal is to ensure technological advancements, particularly AI, are implemented ethically and equitably to help reduce health disparities rather than worsen them. Kunz Lumelin's successful defense marks a significant milestone in his academic and professional journey, positioning him to make substantial contributions to the fields of social work, mental health, and technological innovation. Kunz Lumelin will be an incoming assistant professor at Florida Atlantic University in the fall later this year. A PhD candidate in the School of Social Work at the University of Texas at Arlington has successfully defended her dissertation about African immigrants June 25th. Rika Mama presented her research on the informal support networks for African immigrant survivors of intimate partner violence in the United States. Her work explores the cultural, religious, social, and legal barriers these women face, highlighting the role of informal support in their recovery process. Mama hopes her dissertation will contribute to the safety, well-being, and empowerment of African immigrant survivors of IPV and advance the field of social work in addressing the challenges faced by this community. She aims to guide future research on informal support networks and IPV among immigrant populations, promote culturally sensitive interventions, and influence policy developments. With her dissertation successfully defended, Mama is set to join the University of Kansas School of Social Welfare as an assistant professor fall 2024. She plans to continue her research on IPV among African immigrant communities, aiming to develop culturally sensitive interventions and influence policy to better support survivors. Congratulations to Professor Kiva Harper. Associate Professor of Practice Kiva Harper is being recognized by the Texas Association Against Sexual Assault this August for excellence in media. School of Social Work Associate Professor and our new PhD Program Director, Dr. Rachel Roth-Schrag, nominated Kiva and will be presenting at the TAASA's conference. PhD student Saun Jang, under the mentorship of faculty member Dr. Kathy Lee, has been awarded the Dallas Area Gerontological Society Scholarship, recognizing the importance of senior care education. UTA news story was published about Dr. Pettyjohn, assistant professor, and her previous work on men's sexual violence experiences in light of the release of Baby Reindeer on Netflix. John Sevier Jr., with the help of Daniel Evil-Zeiser and special assistance from Jessica Davis, Dr. Regina Pretorius, Antoine C. Williams, Darlene Santee, Dr. Allison Thomason, Dr. Diane Mishke, and Chris Haskell, completed the School of Social Work State Licensure Heat Map published on our School of Social Work website. Social Work professors Carla Arena Sitotia and Jacqueline Kirsch partnered with Modern Languages Associate Professor Alicia R. Rueda Acedo and College of Nursing and Health Innovation Assistant Dean of Simulation and Technology Jennifer Roy for their project Increasing Access to Health Services for Limited English Proficiency Patients Using Simulation-Based Learning, a pilot study. Professor Karen Magruder. Karen, an assistant professor of practice, was a guest on the Australian research organization KPI Institute's podcast On the House for an episode about fostering eco-friendly communities. Megan Rose Westmore. Megan, a PhD student, has been awarded the Norman Pauline Fellowship by UT System in recognition of her outstanding accomplishments during her graduate studies. Dr. Joyce White. Dr. Joyce M. White, Assistant Professor of Practice, was selected as one of the 2024 and 2025 EDGE Faculty Fellows. This is a Title V U.S. Department of Education grant supporting faculty as they incorporate high-impact strategies into their courses to support the success of Hispanic graduate students. Congrats to Dr. Sophia Fantis, Dr. Darlene Hunter, and Professor Tracy Orwig. Social work professors Dr. Fantis, Dr. Hunter, and Tracy Orwig completed the Team STEPS Master Trainer course. Team STEPS is an evidence-based set of tools to improve communication and teamwork. Dr. Catherine Lebrenz. Dr. Lebrenz, an assistant professor, was selected to serve on the CSWE's Catherine A. Kendall Institute for International Social Work Advisory Board for a 3-year term. PhD student Swasati Handik was awarded the Mary Ryan Social Work Scholarship from Baylor Scott & White. Leslie Matthews, a 2013 graduate of the School of Social Work's MSW program, was featured in a news article regarding her new position as Vice President of Legal Services for the Domestic Violence Action Center, a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to alleviating domestic abuse in Hawaii. In this role, she will work alongside CEO Monica Ibarra and with staff and community stakeholders to provide trauma-informed legal services to survivors of domestic violence. Matthews received her JD from the University of Hawaii at Manoa William S. Richardson School of Law back in 2018. Matthews has a myriad of accolades and work experience, including a family specialist in the Special Victims Section of Fort Worth Police Department, domestic violence instructor by the Department of Homeland Security and the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, and a founder and managing attorney of Speak Out and Up Law, LLC, to name a few. Committed to making a meaningful impact on the lives of those most in need, Matthews' drive for social justice is deeply rooted from the loss of her best friend to domestic violence almost 2 decades ago. Thank you, Leslie Matthews, for your continuous dedication and impactful work in the field of social work and as a fellow graduate of our amazing Maverick community. Make sure you register for your classes and are prepared for your first day of classes set to start August 19th. See you soon.